Hi, my name is Shelly Bailey. I am an outreach coordinator with the Rockford Park District. So thank you for joining us at beautiful Atwood Park here in Southside Rockford. Today we're going to talk about how to hike in the cold. So the very first thing I want to talk about is footwear. It is so important to keep your feet warm and dry. And this is the one thing that I will definitely recommend you spend the money on because it'll make it well worth it. A lot of times people don't consider socks as a base layer, but they do make sock liners, and this will help to do some of that moisture wicking so that when your feet are moving around and starting to get a little on the sweaty side, this will help keep your feet dry, which will also then mean that they stay warm. Over those sock liners, it's a good idea to have some kind of non-cotton material. So I always recommend something like a wool sock. These ones from Carhartt are really nice because they also go further up the leg as well. But you definitely want to avoid cotton. So we have a saying at our spots here where we say cotton kills. So anything that's touching your skin, you don't want cotton. You want a synthetic material that's going to be moisture wicking. Something like a lycra, spandex, a wool, something like that. The other thing that's good to have for your feet, especially if it's going to be in icy terrain, is going to be these little things. These are the Yaktrax version. They go right over your boot, and you can get them in various sizes. Some of them have spikes, kind of like a golf shoe. Some of them have chains. It's just really what's your preference on that one. But these are also a great investment, especially if you think there's going to be some slippery spots while you're hiking. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is pants. So when you're looking for pants to hike, jeans are really not your best option in the wintertime because once they get wet, they stay wet and hold that wetness towards your body. So things that are fleece or flannel are going to be great. Long johns that don't have cotton is their main thing. At very least, I'm going to show you kind of a little bit of a hack. So sometimes snow pants can be really expensive. So if you do something like fleece-lined leggings, for example, ladies, they can be in the winter too, not just the fall fashion. Wind pants are going to be something that you can put then right over it, and that will help to keep things dry, which is going to then help you stay warm. So anything that is going to repel water is going to be something that you can put on over anything that's not cotton for your pants. The next item up is going to be to keep your core warm. So that is definitely going to be another thing that is worth spending a little bit of money on. This one here is my base layer shirt. It is fleece lined, so that helps me stay a little bit warmer as well. These are really great things to pick up either after hunting season is done because a lot of that stuff goes on sale, or you can also check for things in January when everybody is with their New Year's resolutions and a lot of the exercise gear is starting to go on sale. So again, anything that's lycra, spandex, things that are going to be moisture wicking, because the things that are touching your skin are the ones that you want to wick that moisture away from your skin while you're out in the winter time. The layer that goes on top of your base layer is going to be something that has an air layer to it. So this could be something as simple as a hoodie that's a little bit large so that it has room, or it could be something like one of those puffy vests. You don't have to spend a lot of money on these types of things, but having that air layer in between your base layer and your winter jacket is going to help stay nice and warm. If you have things too compressed, say you put on like 2 or 3 sweatshirts, that's actually going to press in the air and you're not going to be able to stay as warm. So it sounds strange to have something like this lightweight, but it's actually going to be better than layering with 2 or 3 sweatshirts on top of each other. Now the next thing, everybody always hears that you lose a lot of heat from your head, right? But really the important thing is going to be keeping your ears covered because those are susceptible to frostbite, as well as the tips of your nose, your fingers, and your toes. So a hat is a really good investment, or earmuffs. I really like this hat because, one, not only is it a super adorable one, but it also has its own lining built into it. So this has a fleece lining that tucks right into it. And so, again, moisture wicking, because if you're losing a lot of heat from your head, you're also losing a lot of sweat. Fingers, again, are susceptible to frostbite. So a lot of times these are the types of gloves that people have easily and readily available to them. They're not the worst thing, but as you know, once they start to get wet, they can just keep that moisture in by your hands. So a hack that we use when our high school students come and compete at the snow sculpting competition at Sinisippi every year is if they show up with just these kinds of gloves, we also bring food handling gloves. So these vinyl gloves are meant to be water repellent, so you would just slip these on over the gloves, and then that way it's a cheaper and a more affordable way to at least keep them dry for longer. Even though this isn't going to do much to keep you warm, it'll at least keep you dry. Otherwise, it doesn't hurt to invest in some really good winter gloves. Now, the ones that I like are the ones that do have the adjustable components into it, because once you get them on, you can close off any gaps so that no air is escaping. You can keep that warm air that your body is producing so that it kind of circulates through. So this way it keeps the snow out, keeps the warm air in. And lastly, with our little accessories here for wearing, masks are definitely going to be one of those things that you want to keep as you're going out while we have these mitigations, but it also helps to keep your face warm and covered. Now again, because it's going directly on your skin, the ones that are made from things that are not cotton are going to be the ones that are best to wear, even if it's something that you put on first and then cover with a scarf. I suggest in the winter time having several masks available, because as you breathe, obviously your breath is going to catch on that and it's going to start to get really wet and uncomfortable fairly fast. So bring a few masks with you if you're going to be out for a few hours. Granola bars are also a great, really easy thing. And things like chapstick. People don't always think about this, but in the wintertime, everything can start to get very dry. So chapstick and lotion is a good way, especially if your chapstick has SPF in it, because the sun is still out in the wintertime, even if it doesn't feel like that. And you can still get dehydrated. So a lot of people don't think about bringing water with them while they're hiking in the wintertime, but it is still just as important, if not more important, than in the summertime while hiking, because a lot of times people will not realize how much of a sweat they're working up. So water is still something very, very important to use while hiking in the wintertime. And last but not least, a good mug like this one that I got from the snow sculpting competition that can keep warm liquids warm for a long time. So when you have your tea or your coffee or hot cocoa, it's a nice way to warm up and a good treat for the end of your hike. If you're going to live in northern Illinois, you cannot be afraid to be outside in the wintertime. So be prepared, look up a topography map so you know what areas are going to have inclines or declines, check your weather, pack some food, some warm drinks, have the right gear, and you'll be all good to go to enjoy some fun in the snow. Be sure to check out 815 Outside for a list of all of your local winter activities, and we'll see you out on the trails.